What's up, gente? Yes, indeed, I am back, man. You guys already know what time it is with this cat. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. I'm gonna keep on pulling up day in, day out. I won't say something and not act on it. You know, I've told you guys in the past, even if I don't have anything to talk on or chop it up on, I'm just gonna pull up just to say Cuvo to you guys. I understand I get a lot of people that won't tune in because they want to hear the cheese man, and when I discuss nothing but nutritional and health topics, I really don't get that many views, which is all good though. You know what I mean? As long as I could reach someone and help them out with their overall fitness journey, hey man, that's a blessing in itself. You know what I mean? Because the clicks and views are cool and all that, but is it really beneficial for anybody out there? My point is to push my fitness program. I am a full-time online fitness coach, but before I do go and move on, I need to address a situation real quick because yesterday the video that I dropped was about an individual back in the limelight. What is done is done. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go digging in this individual. I guess he didn't really quite understand, because I mentioned his name and mentioned the jacket. I want to clear some things up here. I don't put jackets on anybody. Jackets are created by the individuals themselves. Okay, so let's clear this up right now. And the person we're talking about is Mr. Marvelous. Okay, I'm not here to say anything about him, but I am here to defend what I was saying yesterday because I really didn't say anything. You know what I mean? That's I don't have I don't get involved with that stuff, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you guys want to keep it real, yeah, if he lands doing time, there's going to be consequences. Unless times have changed, but I really don't think they don't change for subjects such as that matter, And hey, he made his bed, he's going to have to lay in it. You know what I'm saying? But before I do go and elaborate on that, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, put your notification bell on all, and once again, let me remind you guys, this is a fitness channel with a twist, and today's twist is going to be Mr. Marvelous. Actually, Mr. Marvelous had sent a message in one of my comments, and I don't know how I should put this. He misunderstood what I was saying. You know what I mean? I wasn't speaking on whatever video he dropped because I could, really care less. I actually, after the comment that he made, I had to go inquire and to find out what all this talk, what all the hoopla was about. You know what I mean? And yeah, I seen the title of his video. While the pictures had a bunch of different faces on there. You know what I mean? And it was to be expected. I didn't see mine on there. You know what I mean? And like I said, all I said in yesterday's video is that guess who's back in the limelight? You know what I mean? How he ended up back there, now I see. I guess he brought it out. So hey, when you take shots at people, I guess people are gonna shoot back. You know what I mean? That's just the way. That's the way the cookie crumbles. I wasn't taking shots at anybody, and because when I do it, I let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't fucking fiddle diddle. I'm not one of them persons sending subliminals and all that. What the fuck? That's a fucking weak-minded shit. Let's send a subliminal to this cat. Fuck that. Just be straight out and tell the motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's the way I roll. But anyways, that's here nor there. Back to the fitness channel. I am a full-time online fitness coach. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, you could shoot me a DM. As a matter of fact, go check out my Instagram. On my Instagram, I have years of material of me demonstrating from when I went from fat to fit to ripped. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I'm going on 55 years old. And there's this one individual, Chicano Y87, whatever. My boy, you must be burnt out, my boy. Just the other day, you were wolfing. And now you're trying to get at me again to come at me real soft with your little halo above your head to make a video for you. You got me fucked up, homie. Come on, man. Miss me with that bullshit, homie. Go do your own video. You know what I mean? And like I said, go check out my Instagram. I did a half-hour burpee session right there, single pump burpees, 300 burpees, didn't even bust a sweat. That right there in itself will show you how good a shape I'm in. 54 years old at that time, doing a 300 straight burpees. sick with the respiratory virus flu and still busted them out and didn't even bust a sweat. And I did it on a live video. So go check it out if that's what you want to see. I know you were only asking for a 15-minute video. Well, there's a 30-minute video. But anyways, people, so yeah, go check out my Instagram, man. On my Instagram, I have some of my team members, their testimonials. I have transformations. I even have testimonials from non-team members. You know what I mean? Just people that's reached out to me and people that I've reached out to assist them to get them started in their fitness journey. This is what I do, people. I enjoy helping change people's lives. And when it comes to this overall health and conditioning, I'm a scientist behind this. I figured it out. I went through years and years of the ground and pound, trial and error, and I finally mastered it. So I have a blueprint to success, people. If you're ready and willing to make that change in your life, it's time for you to put your motherfucking ego and pride to the side, because 99% of the time, that's usually holds us from reaching to where we need to go, because we have that ego and pride that we fight with day in, day out. You need to accept at times that you do need assistance from someone else other than your inner circle. Sometimes it will become more beneficial. Reach out to a person, especially if it's a person that is at a status where you want to be. Hey, why wouldn't you? And if the individual doesn't want to share what he's doing, and maybe he might charge a little bit, but as you can see, what he has is what you seek. Hey, it's time to invest in yourself. How could you go wrong? You take chances every day by going to that store, picking up that bistro after work, or wherever you stop, them dispensaries. You never know what you're going to run into right there, and it could be anything. You know what I mean? You could run into an enemiga, and that'll be your last fucking cop of the day. You just never know. So anyways, people, with that being said, man, if you want to get started on your fitness journey, shoot me that DM. It's highpowerfitness, _power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. As a matter of fact, if you want to check out my website, go to highpowerfitness.net. You know what I mean? Get you started. Sign up, get you a free consultation, and we'll get you started on your fitness journey, man. That's free of charge, baby. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Don't fucking talk about it, be about it. Because if you keep on talking about it and not being about it, you're going to keep on looking exactly the way you look year after year. Broken resolutions, broken promises to your people, still sitting on the sidelines, still going to that beach, wearing that t-shirt, coming out the water with that nasty ass look, pulling that shirt away from your skin because it reveals every crevice and wrinkle in your body. You know what I mean? Come on, people. Get with the program, baby. Don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. See what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about, people. Well, anyways, people, enough with that. Let's get to the Marvelous thing. So yesterday, I had mentioned Mr. Marvelous. No, I'm not praising any individual. That's just the way I've always addressed people. If people that's done with me, I always put the title Mr. at the beginning. It's just a sign of respect. You know what I mean? If a person doesn't like me to call him Mr., hey, let me know and I won't call you Mr. You know what I mean? But anyways, Marvelous, Daniel. He's from an area that I won't mention because an individual had called me and asked me if I could not say that he's from his barrio, so I'm going to give this individual his respect. But of course, I see other things. It almost looked like he was from that area. You know what I mean? I'm not going to contest it. You know what I mean? That's their thing. That's their issue. It has nothing to do with me. Now, Mr. Marvelous, Daniel, I guess he got offended by whatever I said. Said something about a jacket. You know what I mean? My boy, I'm not going to speak on this because you've already spoke on yourself, my boy, and you've made your bed. You have to deal with it. That's none of my business. But when you kind of come at me in a certain way, I need to reply back to you. Even though I didn't want to do this video, it's not to bash you because the damage is already done. You did the damage to yourself. You tossed a rock in a glass house, so what were you expecting to happen, I don't put jackets on people. Jackets are made by individuals. People, as an individual, create their jackets. You put a jacket on yourself. You may have a different definition of what a jacket means, but from where I come from, it's something that you've created for you. That is a jacket. Jackets will carry on with you for the rest of your life. The only way you're gonna refrain from having that jacket on you is being out of sight and out of mind. The more you bring that topic back up, you're gonna be in the limelight again. So, out of sight, out of mind. I'm not giving any individual advice on how to shake what they need to shake, but think about it. It's a no-brainer. If you keep on rubbing on an old wound, eventually it's going to reopen. Yes, I talk in riddles, but if you come from the background that I come from, you should be able to understand the riddles that I talk in. Because I don't blatantly like to put stuff out here where the average cat can understand exactly what I'm talking about, because not everything is meant for every ear out here on social media. So that's why I talk the way I talk. But I got a little heat from his supporters as well. You dumbasses really need to clean your ears out and view my whole video. All I said was, guess who's back in the limelight? And these people got their fucking panties in a ruffle. It is what it is. I didn't bring this individual back out in the limelight. And this will be the last video I will say about this. And the only reason why I'm making this video is because people try to bash me. You got me fucked up. I don't have a dog in that fight. Now, to clarify something else too with Mr. Daniel, what you said, you know what you said, the comment, because I deleted them because I didn't want none of that stuff fucking flooding my system in there, you know what I mean? That shit is nothing to do with me. Whether it be true or not, I'm going to tell you from experience, my boy. And I wasn't referring to you. I was referring to as an individual. If a person were in my video and that came out with something like this, it wouldn't be tolerated. Of course, it would be looked into. That's the way you would have to do it. Okay, but no matter how you look at it, at the end of the day, the person was a minor. Whether you knew or you didn't, but I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, I could chop it up with an individual, and just by their intellect and the way they conversate with you, you could pretty much tell how old they are, how mature they are, the maturity level. Yes, people nowadays look a lot more mature than when I was growing up, but it still doesn't change that mentality. You could say what you said, and your believers could believe you, but each individual is going to have their own opinion about that. As far as myself, I have a gang of nephews and nieces that are younger than me. And I'm able to tell who is young, especially when they had friends over. You could tell who is young. And keep in mind, my nephews and nieces are only just a couple years. I got a nephew that's fucking 22 days younger than me. You know what I mean? But they hung around with certain crowds, and you could see the maturity level in them. You know, so basically, at the end of the day, it's your story. You tell it whichever way you want. The audience is going to receive it the way they want. And as far as myself, that's none of my motherfucking business. Now, if we were landed behind the walls doing time together, you already know what time it is. I mean, if you've done time, you would know what time it is. Am I going to go out seeking you where your location is? Absolutely not. That's none of my business. The people that you reside around, it's between you and them. Whatever video that you rest your neck in, it's between you and that video, if they're going to allow it to keep going on. Now, from my experience, like I'm saying, I don't think any of my homeboys, I don't know, I'm going to speak for my homeboys, that would be zero tolerance. So what you said and who you're kicking it with, I have no idea. Am I going to look into it? Absolutely not. Because to me, it's all hearsay. It's not affecting my life. If it comes in, if it's put in my ear, then I will speak my mind on it. But until then, you can say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the way my homies roll, because I was brought up with the same morals, the same beliefs, and I follow the same reglas. There would be zero tolerance. There would be no justification for what went on. And if there was, there's that very, very slight percent, very small percentage, and that percentage would probably be one of your family members that is siding with you, that's seen the whole story of what went on for what it really was. Because at the end of the day, the only ones that know what really happened and how it went down is you. Only you know what your mind was thinking. You know, so I'm not going to touch on this anymore because Mr. Rascal from Homie Hangout, he couldn't have laid it down better, man. He made a statement in there that you played off of lust. Only you know. Only you know, Mr. Daniel. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to bash you because, like I said, it's none of my business. The only time it would become my business is if we were doing time behind them walls and we landed in the same cell. That's when it would be my business. So, like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. If you want that shit to go in silent, listen to the other homie, Cali Legends Media. Stop speaking on it. Because there's no justification for what you did. In your mind, there may be, but in the public side, coming from backgrounds that we come from, there shouldn't be no justification for what happened. You look like a very intelligent person. Of course, your beliefs, I trip on that, you know what I mean? And like I've said, man, you were once the most loved person out here. And you still loved by few, your audience, because I seen them in my motherfucking comments trying to wolf shit. And I laughed about it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Every person here on social media will have their own audience. And that's what I used to tell my people on Instagram, because they would get frustrated why their following wasn't growing. I told them, just keep on pushing, keep on doing what you're doing, man. Eventually, you're going to get an audience that's going to gravitate towards you. It's kind of like what happened with me with my social media on Instagram. I went from, 50 followers to thousands. Because I didn't talk about it, I stood about it. But anyways, people, that's here nor there. I rambled on, and that's what this cat does. I am the motherfucking rambler. But, you put that jacket on yourself, my boy. Don't claim I was trying to put a jacket on you. I don't put jackets on people. Jackets are made within. It's just the way it is, The more you speak on it, the more people are going to run content on it. I'm not. Because like I said, it's none of my motherfucking business. That's between you and your homies. So if I do catch wind of my homies, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that. You said what you said, but it remains to be seen. And like I said, I'm not gonna look into it. You know what I mean? Because what is right and what is wrong is wrong. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, enough with this title. I'm out of here. If you guys want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me that DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. And that noise that you heard, someone asked me, "Hey, OG, is that your air conditioner?" No, that's my neighbor. For some reason, he always takes off exactly when I'm doing my video. I think he probably listens for me to do this. I don't know. I'm just speculating, people. You know what I mean? Maybe I should go tell his ass something. I keep that motherfucking little fucking what do they call it? Rice rocket down. That motherfucker makes too much noise. Hey, it's a trip, man. You get these people with these loud ass cars, man, and they be fucking flying down the street. All this fucking noise and barely moving. It's like, what the fuck? I feel like embarrassed for them. You know what I mean? Come on now, really? You guys really think you look cool in that shit? Well, anyways, I ramble. That's what this guy does, man. Well, anyways, people, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. As a matter of fact, go check out my website, man. It's highpowerfitness.net. Now, with that being said, man, I'm out of here. Get up and get yours. Don't fucking talk about it, be about it, man. Hey, results are right around the corner. All you have to do is just put in the work. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. I got that blueprint. Let's do it.